Hello everyone, hola, and welcome to sunny Spain. Not. We are up in the clouds again and lots more rain. It's a bit like being in Scotland today. So I thought long and hard about coming on to share what I want to share. But seeing as the words in my head just really won't go away, I'm just going to go for it. I really just share from my heart. First of all, I do want to say thank you so much to all of the lovely souls that shared my post from yesterday, and just thank you so much for your support yesterday. You know who you are, and I'm so grateful from the bottom of my heart. So it's very, very interesting times what we're moving through, and certainly what's been happening over the last couple of days for me, I feel, is a real reflection of what is going on out in the world. We are brought up in an environment where love is seen as all gentle, all soft, all fluffy, and oh, you're wonderful, and oh, I love you so much. But the reality is that love is truth. And if we're not speaking our truth, and if we're not standing in our truth, then who are we? What illusion are you trying to portray? What are you trying to hide? Who are you trying to be? And we have to really stand so strong. Hi to those of you that are coming on. It's going quite quickly. To those of us that want to stand in our truth and to really share our messages, which really are very, very simple. Be yourself, be love, be sovereign. Stand in your truth and hold your space. This can be incredibly triggering for other people. And when we don't engage, hi Kath, hi Martin, and when we don't engage in games of manipulation or games of control that are shown to you as love or tried to be sold to you as love, it can be really, really hard to hold your space. Now, I'm a self-confessed recovering people pleaser. I spent my whole life desperate for approval, desperately trying to be liked, desperately trying to fit in, never saying a word to anybody that was out of order or that may have been seen as difficult or confrontational. I would run a mile rather than speak up and share the truth. Now that has changed. It has changed quite a lot, but only really in the last couple of years. And I'm now seeing how this has played out in my childhood as well. I was brought up within a narcissistic and emotionally blackmailing, manipulative environment. So I learned very early on how to retreat, shut up, be quiet and be good, because that was how I survived, and I would shut myself down. But I can't do that anymore, because it's not just that I've done the inner work, it's just not possible, because it's just not possible to shut up anymore. And what I've done, what happened a long time ago was, this is years ago, a friend that I dearly loved, absolutely adored and put on a pedestal. There was a big misunderstanding that just went it just spiraled completely. And back then I definitely didn't have the self-awareness to not retaliate and try and defend myself. So eventually I walked away from this friendship. There were a couple of times where the hand was reached out and I accepted, and basically I just got slapped back down again and hurt again. And now for some reason it's happening again. And oh my God, how can we operate, how can we be love if we're operating from a place of trying to control somebody else or trying to influence somebody else? That is not love. And gaslighting is certainly not love. And using the star being's own quotes against me to prove that I am not love doesn't come from a place of love. It highlights the toxicity of a relationship, and I will no longer stand for it. I will no longer put my well-being in jeopardy to try and be liked, to try and get the approval, to do the right thing to keep everybody else happy. That is not love. And it's dishonoring of me, because being woo-woo, I can feel what is behind a message. I can feel beyond the pretty words and the row of hearts. It's no. And I get that. I was freaking punched in the gut when this message came through, and I will not engage. I'm not going to retaliate. I don't need to fight. Yes, I'm letting off steam. I'm only human. But it is such a powerful lesson for all of us within this situation that we're in at the moment, to not allow ourselves to be emotionally manipulated or to try and have control slapped on us to do the right thing. We are sovereign. We are awakened beings of light. We are awakened beings of love. And I choose to share through love, but that love sometimes is a harsh truth that may be difficult to hear, you know? So I just feel it's so important, and thank you for the love bombs, thank you. It's so important for us to be in our space and to hold our space. Not that we're blocking off the rest of the world or cutting off or blaming or going, oh my God, they're terrible and look at this and look at that. And not in that way at all, but of being completely open and accepting of a situation, seeing it from the bigger perspective, seeing it through love and of love, but also knowing what is right for you and following what is right for you. We do not have to be friends with everyone. We do not have to be liked by everyone. We do not have to be approved of by everyone. Because we are all unique, beautiful, empowered, sovereign beings. We're living this human life. We're going to fuck up. We're going to get triggered. We're going to go off on rants in cars in the rain, and that's okay. As long as we come back to our hearts and we're sharing our truth. We're not projecting. We're not, God knows what else. And seeing the bigger picture of our own patterns, knowing what triggers us, knowing what sparks us off, also knowing our supposed vulnerabilities and weaknesses of perhaps being the people pleaser. There's still that part of me. There's still that part of me that desperately wants to be liked and approved, because I never got it as a child. Whatever I did, it wasn't good enough. But I have this incredible awareness and sensitivity about anything that is directed towards me, of where it's coming from and what is the hidden message in there. I can freaking feel it. So I'm going to let off steam here, absolutely. But I hold my space. Love is strong, love is courage, love is honesty, authenticity, being genuine, not being afraid to be a little bit controversial, not being afraid to share your truth, not being afraid to stand alone if you have to, not being afraid of what other people will think of you, not being afraid of the consequences of standing in your truth and holding your truth, standing up for yourself, not from a point of defense, but just saying, here I am, this is who I am, this is how I'm feeling, this is how I feel the truth. So even though this is a personal situation where this person is trying to gaslight me into a response, and they're doing pretty well actually, because here I am letting off steam, but I will not engage in the power struggle or in the manipulation to come round to their way of thinking and to go back to being the subservient friend who is all adoring. Because who does that serve? It doesn't serve me. And does it serve them? No. No. Who are we? If we just keep replaying the old patterns, if we keep replaying the same story over and over and over again, we need to just be courageous enough to be who we are and to speak our truth. And if that means that we get vilified, or it means that we get criticised, or that we're thought of as a nutter, or they think we're selfish or unkind, or we're not of love, so be it, because that says more about their situation and their relationship with themselves than it does about me being able to stand in my truth and choose the right choice for me. So I see some comments, and of course I haven't got my glasses out. Caroline, I know that is your picture, so thank you for the love bombs. Yeah, God, that feels better. But it's also hugely scary because, you know, I've always said be completely open. I don't hold anything back. I do a lot of work online, I do a lot of sharing online, and a lot of it is around the power of love. And in this instance, the power of love is just being completely and utterly honest and truthful. Because if I'm not that, then I'm an absolute hypocrite. And I'm not walking my talk. And I'm just as, well, we're only human anyway, let's face it. We're only human, so really, we're all in this crazy ride together. But I really encourage you to become self-aware of any situation that accuses you of something and tries to control you and manipulate you into stepping out of your power and out of your truth. And where is your feelings about that? Are you going to hold your space and say, no, I don't want to play, thank you very much? Or are you going to go, oh, okay then? You know, where's your courage? Where's that strength within to hold your space? And believe me, I've been there. I've been that one who was, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't say that. Oh, yes, sir, no, sir. Oh, yes, just walk all over me. Call me what you want and I'll do everything to keep you happy. That was who I was all those years ago. But it's not who I am now, because I have done a lot of inner work. I'm now surrounding myself with the most beautiful soul tribe and soul family who are also sovereign. And it doesn't mean that we don't share truths, or we don't give each other a kick up the butt sometimes, or we just keep it all fluffy and ego filled. That's not the way it works. We are together and helping each other to stand in our truth, to stand in our power. And sometimes that means that we have to say no, enough is enough. Sometimes it means that we don't engage and we step back from the emotional games. And sometimes it means that we do actually have to just speak out to be heard. All of the above is okay. There's no hard and fast rule about how we behave, because everything comes down to a choice. And I am choosing not to engage, because I also know that I can still be triggered into defending and responding and fighting back. I don't need to. Love doesn't need to defend itself. Love doesn't need to explain who it is. Love doesn't have to go crawling back to a toxic relationship for approval. No fricking way. No fricking way. And I love how this has triggered me, because it's shown me how far I've come. I would never have said no before. Hence the 2 times that I did go running back, and wow, did I get a shock when it all went tits up twice. You know, so we learn, we grow, we expand, and actually through all these lessons we open our hearts even further. This isn't about shutting down, about being cold and blocking out. It's about opening our hearts even further to our own self-love, to honouring ourselves, to honouring those boundaries, not that keep people out, but to self-nurturing and self-caring towards ourselves. And it really is such a gift. It really is such a gift. And I'm actually going to, and I look at the timing of this, and it's beautiful, because I'm quite soon this afternoon I'm going into a womb healing with Natalie Sommer, and her womb healings are so powerful, and the work that she is helping me with is really assisting me in standing in my truth, but opening up even more. All that childhood stuff that I went through that shut me down, that shut me up, that really opened my eyes as an adult to emotionally manipulative and narcissistic behaviour is standing me in such good stead. So I have to thank my mother for that. And there's still love. It doesn't mean that you don't love the person, because you still do. But you just don't engage in their power games. You don't engage in it. You just say, no, that's not my love lane. I'm not going there anymore, because that drags me back into the past. That drags me into the old patterns. That freaking drains my energy and makes me feel like shit. And actually, you know, I still feel sick after reading that message. But I'm self-aware enough to know that and to see the bigger picture, to still be upset, but to be able to hold my own space and do my own work, to process, but also to be able to let go and to move on. Do you know what? I'm going to get my glasses out my bag, because I can see some comments coming through, and I just really want to say hello to you all and just see what you're saying. So here we go. Oh wow, look, vision. I'm just going to go back to the beginning and try not to. Oh, so many comments. Thank you so much, everyone. Wow, 22 watching. Wow, I get on a bit of a soapbox and here we go. Kelly, hello, lovely. And Linda, Martin, my beautiful brother, Susan, Linda, Kath, hello, lovely. Ellie, Anna, Catherine, Caroline, Caroline, thank you so much for all the love bombs. You are an absolute gem and star, and I love you to bits. Oh shit, now what have I done? See, fuck, sorry. Kathy, Geraldine, Caroline saying, I think you might need a bit of a swear. I do, I'm trying to be really good. There you go, people pleasing again, afraid of what other people will think. Natalie, Kath saying, yes, yes, yes. Another friend disappeared last week as a result of me holding my space. It's all falling away naturally now, with no resistance from me, because it absolutely feels right and I'm so at peace with it. So much love to you, Sal. Oh, love to you, Kath. So much love. And this really is the time. If we really are going to take this opportunity to move into the new earth, the new beginning, call it whatever you like, it's just a freaking label, then we have to let go of the old. We have to let go of what was toxic, what was not working for us, what doesn't resonate and what doesn't support us. And sometimes that's tough. Love is tough sometimes. But if you stand in your truth, you know it's the right thing. You know it's the right thing beyond everything else, beyond all the craziness of emotions. You have that inner peace. You have that inner knowing that you are doing the right thing for you. Carol, hello. Pia, Kim, Tracy, Anya, Margaret. Oh, Margaret saying, hey, you're good enough now, Arsal. Oh, bless you. Thank you. Scott, mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you for putting up with my grumps this morning. It was all building, so thank you so much. Love you so much. Glyn, hello. Linda. Linda's saying, I'm having this at the moment. See, when one person speaks up, we realise there's a lot of us going through it. Kath's saying, don't feed the drama. Exactly. Do not feed the drama. Unplug. Caroline, love is the most powerful force in the universe. It's not always gentle. No, it isn't. Tracy Close, love to you and your man back in the UK. Kelly's saying, oh, this was good. Kim saying, truth, loving this and you. John, hello. Hazel. Dr. Joe, oh, hello. Human is the hero. Absolutely, Pia. Linda saying we mustn't defend. Thank you all so much. Dr. Joe Delaney, Joseph Delaney, totally with you on this, Sally. I am staying in sacred neutral and acting only if I feel moved from the depths of my being. Lots of love coming at you. Right back at you. Thank you so much. Sarah, Marvin. Oh, Joseph should have gone to Specsavers. I did. Can't you tell? I'm just getting used to having to use them a lot more. Ray Miguel, hola, ¿cómo estás? Debbie Miller, Diane, Linda. Linda saying thank you, I needed this support today. Well, thank you, Linda, because it's been hugely powerful for me to share. Huge. I'm so glad I didn't shut myself up. So thank you so much to all of you for being there, for listening, for understanding, but also seeing the bigger picture and just taking this as a prompt maybe for you to stand in your truth. It doesn't mean that we have to be horrible or nasty or share or be nasty to people. That's not what it is about. But sometimes when you share the words that have to be said, share them from your heart, and the energy will help you share that message in a non-aggressive, non-angry, you can be passionate, but there's no anger or rage or blame or resentment in it. And that is the difference, and that is self-mastery. Faye, oh my God, miss you, Faye. Yes, Ida, lots of time for reflection. Kelly's saying we sound like we have the same life. Gosh. Rose, hello. Melanie, oh my goodness. Rose, lovely. Catch on the replay. And Susan, hello. Anya, thank you. It's a pleasure. Okay, that's about it from me. I need to go back in and warm up. I got really wet in town. We went and picked up some stuff for Max to help make him more comfortable. I'm soaking wet, need to go and get a hot cup of tea. It's just bloody typical that I've started juicing and it's freezing cold again. Natalie, I'll see you very soon for the womb healing. So thank you all so much. Yeah, you're all amazing. We're all amazing. What we're moving through is an amazing shift, and all we can do is stand in our truth, be completely and utterly honest with ourselves, and follow what is right for us. That is all that the universe asks of us. Complete authenticity, transparency, and the power of love that moves through us. Thank you, everyone. And I'll see you all again very, very soon. Mwah. Lots of love.